Well, hello there and welcome to another video, and hopefully you thought that sounded interesting enough to stay around. But the thing is, one of these tiny little thingamajigs that you use to stir your coffee, and I do have the coffee as well, even though we won't be using it, they're not really made to be used to playing guitar, which you might, be able to imagine. The thing is, the strings will get caught on this, and it's no good. But it sounds a little bit interesting, so I was thinking that we could make some sort of ebow thing. I don't even know what to call it, so if you have any ideas, write a comment below of what to call this. And it's gonna be super easy, very learning convenience. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take some wire snippers and we're gonna cut these off. And I don't really know exactly where to cut them. If you open one of these up, there's nothing but a motor and batteries in it, so there is nothing in there that we can actually really do. But I think if we cut this off and we leave that much, we are gonna have a good time. And it's gonna be fairly easy to do, I hope. It's really hard. So I'm just gonna go around like this, and there it goes. Now, I'm gonna find something fun to put on this, and you can experiment with lots of different things. So let's see what we can find, and also if we can find that part that I cut off. What I found was these tiny little buffer wheels, and they are used on a Dremel, and so I'm thinking maybe they will work on this as well. Obviously they're gonna be used for something completely different, but anyway, let's just take our hot glue and smear some on the tip right here, like so, and let's just press this on. Now, this black part here is a part of the whole thing that swirls around, so I'm gonna hot glue that in place to the wheel as well, trying to keep the flat surface and the opposite edge from getting hot glue on it. I'll take my awl and I'll smear out some of the hot glue. That was a stupid idea. I'm gonna keep it in though, because that was fun. But don't swirl this around with hot glue on, because it's going in all directions. That was probably the dumbest thing I've done in a long time. I'm gonna say that it's because I am filming this really early in the morning and I'm really tired. But that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Basically throwing boiling glue in all directions. Guess I'm not as smart as I always thought I was. All those classes of philosophy added up to nothing. I'm gonna hold this parallel and spin it around like this and just wait for the glue to harden a little bit, because if I leave it on one side, the glue is going to start dripping, and I kind of want to keep it looking somewhat symmetrical. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we're not going to use the glue as, a part of the thing. It's just holding the wheel in place. But I just want to make sure that it hardens most of the way before I move on to the next step, which I don't know what that step is, but I have some things in mind. Okay, so it spins just the way it's supposed to. And yeah, if you look at it, it has a little bit of a wobble. You might not be able to tell, but I am. And this wheel frays a lot. And so, what I'm thinking is that I will run a little bit of wood glue on the tip of my finger, like this, just a tiny bit. And that I will slowly but surely work that into the wheel. Just dab it around a little bit like this. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it good. And that will help make this a little bit more solid, and so I'm gonna roll it like this. And then obviously, because it's a spinning motor thing and it's a lot of fun, we gotta see if we can work it in a little bit faster. This way. I'm just gonna... You can tell how easily my touch stops the motor, so this is a very gentle thing. Now, it takes about 20 minutes for the glue to dry, so let's take a break and come back. This is by no means the best thing, I think, but I think that, it's very easy to take it off. I can just heat it up a little bit and pull it off, basically. And so I can experiment with lots of things. And hopefully you will try this as well and experiment with different things maybe. And you can let me know in the comments below if you find something better. I also think that the motor is really, really weak. I mean, just look at this. I stop it with the slightest touch. It's a very, 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 very weak motor. Now, obviously, you could get something more powerful, like a drill or something like that, but it won't fit in your hand very neatly, like this is. And also, I think that a lighter touch is sometimes the better touch. I also feel like if you, I mean, I know because I've built guitars and I've used these sort of little wheels that I just glued on here. If you press that into something like a guitar string or something like that, it's going to get destroyed really quickly. So a lighter touch will probably help keep it not being destroyed. Cheesecake. Okay, so now it's dried. So let's try it out on the guitar and just see what it sounds like. But also if it feels a little bit better or if it gets caught on the strings, you know, those sorts of things. It's a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Maybe if I just do single notes. I think maybe that's the best thing to do, to just go. Well, that's the end of that. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully this inspired you to try this out. It's definitely not better than an ebow, but an ebow is, I don't know, 100 something? 150? I don't know. I don't actually remember. I bought mine a long time ago and I think it was around $100 back then, but you know, everything is going up in prices. But one of these little whisks things, at least the one I bought, and you could probably buy something that is stronger and better, but at least the one I bought, it was $3. Not even that, actually. Like $2.9. So if anything else, you could at least try it out and see if it's fun, or see if it's something that you can use. It has a different sound, so it's not exactly the same thing. So maybe you could do some cool music where you use both an ebow and this thing, and you just mix them together in a way that builds up something, you know, get into orchestral music or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of this video, and I really hoped it helped you somehow, and that it was fun or interesting or informative in some way. Tiny little motors you can find anywhere, so you don't have to use one of these, because I just used it because it's convenient, because you get a handle, battery compartment and a motor, you know, all of it in one. But you can use something completely different. I'm gonna experiment with this, so yeah, if I find something really cool and interesting, I'll make an update video. And if you built this and you come up with something cooler to put on than this little wheel that I put on, talk to me in the comments below and I'll try that out. But anyway, until next time, stay awesome and cool. And go and make yourself one of these tiny little things. Even if it's not perfect, it's actually kind of fun. So yes, and you can use it on anything that has a string. Maybe a piano, for example, that could be really cool. I've never tried an ebow on a piano, so I'm gonna have to go and do that. But you've watched too much YouTube today. You need to do something creative, so go and build one of these. And talk to me in the comments below if you want to. Bye! So,